The biblical story of Ruth is a beautiful story of hope, love, and restoration. For the full story, please study the entire book of Ruth. Now it came to pass, in the days when the judges ruled, that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to dwell in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. The name of the man was Elimelech. The name of his wife was Naomi. And the names of his 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. And they went to the country of Moab and remained there. Then Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left, and her 2 sons. Now they took wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other, Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. Then both Mahlon and Chilion also died, so the woman survived her 2 sons and her husband. And Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law,
"Go, return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant that you may find rest, each in the house of her husband."
Orpah then left and returned to her country. Then Naomi turned and said unto Ruth,
"Look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people, and to her gods. Return after your sister-in-law. Entreat me not to leave you, or to turn back from following after you. For wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if anything but death parts you and me."
So Naomi returned. And Ruth, the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, was with her, who returned from the country of Moab. Now they came to Bethlehem at the beginning of barley harvest. And there was a relative of Naomi's husband, a man of great wealth, of the family of Elimelech. His name was Boaz. So Ruth the Moabitess said to Naomi,
"Please let me go to the field, and glean heads of grain after him in whose sight I may find favor. Go, my daughter."
Then she left and went and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And she happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the family of Elimelech. Now behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said to his servant who was in charge of the reapers, "Whose young woman is this?"
"It is the young Moabite woman, who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab." And she said, "Please let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves." So she came, and has continued from morning until now, though she rested a little in the house.
Boaz then turned and dialogued with Ruth. "You will listen, my daughter, will you not? Do not go to glean in another field. Neither go from here. Rather stay close by my young women. Let your eyes be on the field which they reap, and go after them. Have I not commanded the young men not to touch you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn.
Why have I found favor in your eyes, that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner?"
It has been fully reported to me, all that you have done for your mother-in-law, since the death of your husband. How you have left your father and your mother and the land of your birth, and have come to a people whom you did not know before. The Lord repay your work, and a full reward be given you by the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings you have come for refuge.
Let me find favor in your sight, my Lord. For you have comforted me, and have spoken kindly to your maidservant, though I am not like one of your maidservants."
This great story ends with Ruth taking wise counsel from her mother-in-law, and finding even greater favor in the eyes of Boaz. After going through the proper traditional channels, he became her kinsman redeemer. The scriptures declare that so Boaz took Ruth and she became his wife, and when he went into her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. Then the women said to Naomi,
"Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a close relative. And may his name be famous in Israel. And may he be to you a restorer of life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you, who is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him."
Then Naomi took the child and laid him on her bosom, and became a nurse to him. Also the neighbor women gave him a name, saying,
There is a son born to Naomi.
And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. And my brothers and sisters, the greatest king Israel had ever seen. Thanks be to God, even in a seemingly hopeless situation, He will always remember His children.